All right, good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, welcome. Uh, who do we have in the chat already? Easy is here, Tharaz is here, Keshab is here, Neil, Crypto Joe, Trade Open, Tick, Beer, Tick, Luke, Tick. I've actually got a cup of tea at the moment because, oh man, yesterday's Asia session. Yesterday's trading room we did for the daily open was good fun, but oh, why do I do it on a Thursday evening? Because I end up wrecked on a Friday and so tired for these streams. So I've got a cup of tea and I've got my I've got a beer here as well, but I don't know if that's going to be helping me. And we have scheduled, I literally have no idea how to do this, but we have scheduled a Twitter Spaces thing for after the stream. So we'll do like an hour here, then I'll try and get some energy back again. And then we do have our Twitter Spaces that will, I mean, I've never done it. So I don't really know what we're going to do over there, but we're just going to have a chat about the markets. So today what I'd like to do is just go over some of the price action that we've had. Of course, today it's been a weird day. It's been one of those where there hasn't really been a trade, apart from the obvious, which is coming down to the low of the range. But other than that, there hasn't really been a trade. I tried a scalp earlier on, but other than that, it has just been chilling in that short position, completely chilling in that short position. And I had taken profit when we did come and take the lows earlier as we got that SFP. Still holding that short because volatility is going to pick up. And I'll go over that in a minute and why I do think that we're entering a part of the market where, okay, we can have a little bit more sideways action for a while, but volatility has to pick up very soon. And we're entering that time in the market where you really do not want to be getting overexposed into things. So I did take a couple of, well, a scalp today, but other than that, we hopped into voice chat thinking we might have a trade on earlier on the New York Open because we got some interesting movement at the New York Open, but really it never did anything. It just continued to still go blah, 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 all the way down range lows. Nice support anyway. So this is nice support that we're at, but no reaction as of yet. So again, I have just taken every time I start a stream, there's like a trade that just happens. So I have taken a tiny little trade from, well, within the last few minutes. So if anyone knows what this might be, shout it in the chat. It was a trade that didn't work very well earlier, and I managed to get like a 0.3% take profit and then stopped out break even. And on this occasion, it seems like it's probably going to be the same thing again. I've just put my stop loss break even, and if it goes up, it goes up. It's just one of those. You just putting a few little things in just to see if that account can just get a couple of extra dollars in here and there, just to start to build that percentage. But nothing, yeah, really nothing to do today, particularly to trade. So, yeah, who else is in here? P is in here. P is also wrecked. Yeah, I was up until like 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, that's how wrecked I am. I was I was up until 3 a.m. last night. Um, Greg's here. Carl, Brian, Mark, Denario, Cesar. All right, first to fire. And I've missed a load of names. I'm sorry, I've missed tons of names. So yeah, more tea. Okay. Yeah, I need to put the weekly open back on my chart. I've removed a bunch of levels just to clean things up again because I don't like doing these streams when they get too messy. So I did do that. I didn't take the scalp short on the weekly open. I did not take that one because I'm already holding the short. I don't really want to be compounding that. So I didn't take the scalp short on the weekly open. However, and this is just it's not it's not not the best trade, is that right? Okay, what we've done is we did just come down golden pocket region. It took out some liquidity at the lows. Just by looking at it, we got a little bit of a reaction. So again, it's not really meeting that criteria of 0.5%. I mean, it just about got like that 0.3 again. It's not great. Quick take profit on it. You don't want to be holding these trades for long. We'll see if it can hold there. I did manage to get in just as it took out these lows, but we will see how it goes. So this is just tiny scalp trade, just based off of some delta that we had at the lows. I can go over that in a bit more detail in a minute, and the region that we came into, just hitting a few stop losses. Um, Cesar, it's hilarious to me that the English actually do drink so much tea. We do, we do. Tea and beer. Actually, like I lost my, I normally have like a water bottle that's with me all the time, but I lost it the other day, and I've just been, I don't know why, I just don't drink water unless I've got a water bottle next to me. Although I do have another water bottle, I just like to have the one that I have. I don't know where it is, I can't find it. Ketchup, I'm sure I said hello to you earlier. Who else is it? So I've just seen Mubu, thanks to Market Cypher B for getting in a short at 42,860. Um, well, fair enough. We got in the short as well, so it's all is good. All is good. Senti's here. Senti will be joining us for the Twitter Spaces later on, I believe. And anyone else who does want to join us for the Twitter Spaces later on, that'd be good. Uh, anyone, any idea why all the shitcoins have been a great hedge today, whilst all other markets did so poorly? What's the story here? I don't. I again like we had it was quite a down day for the alts yesterday, wasn't it? So we had the BTC pairs were really falling down yesterday, and this is on Ethereum, this is on Luna. We did have moves down as Bitcoin was moving down, but um today I guess they've had a bounce, and because Bitcoin is quite heavily affected by what is going on in legacy markets, um that obviously, yeah, was quite heavily affected with the correlation that we've got at the moment on with the SPX, that we did get that move down on Bitcoin. And yeah, I think it's just a case of yesterday Ethereum taking out its lows, getting a decent little bounce on the BTC pair, which means it hasn't been quite as badly affected. So a lot of these altcoins have done okay today. The Bitcoin dominance has gone down and is back at this really key support region again on here. So this is a support region. What do we have on here? This was when we initially had like a little SFP of these lows. And then we're just back at here as support right now. So random line, can't remember where I drew that from, but there we are. We're back there. There it is. I don't know why this doesn't actually anchor to the low when you. There we go. That's looking a bit better. See dominance. A little range going on here, similar to what we had previously. I don't know why that says BTCD. It's pretty obvious that we are there. Twitter Space is at 10:30 UK time, so an hour and 15 minutes from now. Yep. Sorry about my water bottle loss. I've just left it in the house somewhere. I don't know where it is, and I'm yeah, weird. Weird. The market has been dumping last 2 days. Yeah, I think we'll yeah. Let's go over some recent price action, because I mean most people in here are probably aware I did do the update yesterday. So if anyone did watch my YouTube update from yesterday, we were looking at this daily level and the NPOC up here at 42,750 as being really key resistance. I wasn't necessarily expecting this to be like the strongest level of resistance on the chart, But we got a really good move at New York Open, which was very similar to what it had had the previous day. So I can tell you just by seeing the chart, like where these New York Opens were. And we were able to get that short on the day before when we had that 4-hour OB within this region. So that was a really nice trade with an SFP and then a quick little spike up with the SPX filling the gap and then a nice retrace 3% move down on this one. And it was very similar here. So this high was just at that New York Open. So if we do go in and zoom in on here, once again, what we did have yesterday, and we can go over to the SPX in just a minute, but at 2:30, the time in which the New York session opens, okay, you just had that move up, taking out the highs. We had our MPOC around here, and then immediate kind of open, reject, reverse, and then down we go. And it just was a very controlled move down. The issue with basically where we were is we'd had a very, very slow and steady move up. Okay, this was a move up of, in the space of like 3 days, we only went up 6%. And it, for a trending move, that's pretty weak. So what you had below was just stop losses everywhere. People were just exposed into, or people were there being used to those low time frame kind of moves. They're there like, yeah, accustomed to the low time frame chop, the little 0.5% moves here and there, getting overexposed into long positions at the high, thinking that we're going to have a breakout, getting excited that this is a fast move up when it really wasn't. And then, yeah, price comes down and just starts to just cascade of stop losses the whole way down. And eventually getting that bounce off of the weekly open, which was the best possible entry you could have got really realistically from where we were looking at. So we were looking at support from that 40,400 region all the way down to the weekly open, and it was quite a wide region with 3 little areas that could have given a bounce. But it gave a really, really nice trade off of that. So that was a nice little scalp long position that we were able to take off of the weekly open last night, just on the Asia, as we did the Asia trading room, which I started an hour early because we had the move, and then yeah, we just ended up talking for like 2.5 hours until like 2 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, had a bounce today. Weren't really able to get through the POC from the day. Again, we had this order block that had formed on the way down just below these, yeah, basically looking at the point of control of this overall range. We weren't able to reclaim that, and then down we've fallen right back down to the very lows of this range here. And this is just, there it is. So this little range that we're in, this little kind of sideways channel, you can see here possibility that we're starting to form some kind of accumulation structure, but I'm not particularly trusting it at the moment. It is looking kind of heavy. Yesterday was, I was saying this again yesterday, that it feels like it's just flexing and that there's going to be bigger moves to come. We have had another quite big move today. It's certainly not looking super bearish, but I am seeing no reason to close my short at the moment because we haven't even had a bounce. And I am just very quick in and out of any scalp positions here. But we do have a potential selling climax at this low that started to form a range. You have this spring here, you're coming back into test. There is potential here that this could be a pretty decent support region with an invalidation basically back down at this monthly. But you're going to have to play that kind of carefully, especially going into a weekend where if price has been pretty bearish over the weekend and we're not really seeing any bids supporting this, we're not seeing that much buying, we're not seeing a lot of excitement in the market, then it's going to be hard to get a bounce over the weekend. Maybe another one of those where it just floats up on the Saturday, and then comes back down, takes out the lows on the Sunday type of thing would be a little bit more likely. But yeah, we can have a look at the SPX as well. I see a couple of people talking about that. Oh, we are still dumping. We are right back. And this is like, so Bitcoin's done okay to hold here, right? It's done okay because we're at the same region. Like SPX is just, yeah, completely crashing right now. And it's back into a really, really key region. You do not really want to see this broken. Yeah, it's it's got to reclaim it soon. So we do have a key level here. This is from back in October. We've got our daily level and we've got a fairly macro golden pocket region within this area here. So you would like to see the SPX, the ES get a little bit of support here. Um, if not, it's not looking great. So there could be some more pain to come if this does continue to move down. You're hitting into this little 4-hour AB. You do have potential slightly lower, but it just isn't somewhere you really want to be seeing price coming down into with that much aggression right now. So yeah. So we will continue to watch that. What else do we have? You got this little, like, I mean, this filled the gap on the day, but got to remove these actually because these gaps have been filled, and then you just got this little one here. Cool. Short from 42,900 and happy as a pig in shit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's nice. It's good to be in a short position right now. That's like literally the case for me, just chilling in a short. But it would be nice to get a bit of. I like taking long positions. It'd be nice to be able to catch something that's going to give us something over the weekend. But oh man, there just isn't a trade here for me. So yeah, nothing. There really isn't a decent trade here for me. Yeah. I'm just about clinging on to this one. So first fire. No, I don't. I don't look at order flow on Spy. I'm just because I'm just using EXO. We don't have that, and I I don't particularly think it's useful. Like for the SPX, like it just yeah. I like order flow on Bitcoin, but not on the Spy. Never tried it to be honest. 37.7. I think we get a nice reaction. Let's have a look there. So 37.7 takes you back down to an untapped daily level. So if we do go onto the daily chart, that is quite a nice region here. We haven't come back and tested that area since. So yeah, it would be that would be a good region for again. We're at a relatively decent region for looking for long positions, but I don't know if anything is a good region at the moment for looking for longs because we are in this downtrend, and at the moment it is just not giving bounces, and we're not seeing a sign of strength. So although it could potentially be nice support, we've come through some nice support already and it hasn't given a reaction, so we're just going to have to wait and see where some just a change of behavior initially. That's all you need, is just a change of behavior. Start to build some divergences or something down here, and yeah, whatever whatever we can get. But yeah, that would be a good area. We do have the value area low down there. We do have this daily level there, and it would be back down to the lows of this consolidation. I would say that the fact that we've come through this POC, if we were to lose that at this point, would the value area low hold it? I would see the POC as being stronger. And yes, it got a decent bounce. It got a pretty decent bounce off of that POC and that monthly level the first time it came into it. If we are to lose that, short positions from here, is that going to be enough? Is that really going to give you a bounce? Is that strong enough? Is that stronger than a point of control and a monthly level? Or are we more realistically looking at, yeah, okay, maybe we can have another dead cat bounce from here and then it starts to break down? And I would say if we do lose the point of control, that becomes my more likely scenario. I would be looking for sub 30 if we are to basically lose exactly where we are now. So I would start to be looking for that sub 30k level. Cheap Bitcoin, it's good, it's nice. It means I can chill out in this short position for a lot longer, which is why I'm not closing it. But it doesn't look great. It doesn't look great, and there's no sign of strength really yet. It's not like it doesn't look bad either. It just doesn't look great. The moves down have been very controlled. It would be very easy to move this back up. It's just that kind of market, in and out quickly. What else could we look at? Is there anything else that has been useful to talk about from what we've got on the chart? Oh, yeah, what I did want to show, and this is what I'm talking about, how there is going to be something quite major happening soon. And again, we spoke about this during the trading room yesterday. Okay, so we did do our New York trading room last night, and we've gone through the longest period of like no volume or no volatility on Bitcoin since it's like ever existed. If you go onto this on any chart, the only time it's been less, you had a period of very low volatility just before the start of the last bull run. Okay, so this was around here in July last year when you had extremely low volatility. But the nice thing about that is you were just holding a very kind of narrow range here. And I can remember trading this like massive 80-day range. It was a really good fun range to trade. And that's what really triggered the start of the whole bull run. We've not seen a period of low volatility as extended from this for, well, since then. So there's going to be a big move coming, and um, and the directional bias of that is that since Taurus has existed, since this channel has existed, every time we have had a period of low volatility, it has dumped. We have not had an instance at all of low volatility and then price moving up out of that since 2020. So it's been almost 2 years since we've last had low volatility and price moving up, and that started a whole bull run. Since then, you get low volatility, it dumps. Low volatility, dumps. Low volatility, dumps. So we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't normally have a directional bias on it, but I'm just telling you the statistics, I guess, of how often this happens. Jason Casper is in the house. Jason Casper only has $99.99. Should I long or short right now? Get 100 exit. Well, I guess now I have that $99.99, and thank you very much for tipping it. So I guess I've got to trade this for you, because if you've given me your last $99.99, then I've got to take the trade. I'm going to throw it into a... I'm going to throw it into... I mean, I've just taken a long position. I'm 100x shorting this. 100x short for Jason Casper from that was just the start of that candle. I mean, if we break through that, we are now 100x short on $100, 99x, 99.99. And let's see how this goes. And my other long's about to get stopped out by this one. We're in profit, guys. We are in profit. Realistically, you should have just taken profit. But it's only a 0.16% move, so you're going to get killed on fees there. What have we got? We got a bit of a move down, but now it's bouncing. I don't have anything to say on current price action. This is the problem with live streaming on a Friday night when I've done trading for the week and not really very much is happening, and I've covered everything so much this week already. I have nothing to say on price action. So I just end up looking at the chat and talking complete bleh. Bruce Lee, do you do live trades? I do. I don't do the whole kind of whole crazy thing of like showing my Bybit account and putting the trade in there. That's scary for me because I don't want people following it and getting wrecked. Not that I get wrecked, but I don't want people following it. Yeah, that's scary for me. But we do live trading sessions within the crew section. So we do our London Open, we do our New York Open, we do our Daily Open Asia session. We did our Asia session last night where we did trade the Daily Open. We got a nice long, so we did catch this long here off of the Daily Open. I would say to the dollar, but realistically not, because you just didn't have any chance to get in there. So I did mark it buy. Got in the wick. What was it? It was. I don't have it anymore, obviously, because it's now below. But it was like 39.710, I think. So yeah, we did do our live trading session yesterday where we got that trade, and we were just talking. We were generally price was pretty much flat from that point onwards. We had a little bit of a decent move on the daily open where it just came down, like spiked into the lows, took the highs, and then we got a little bit of a trending move with the VWAP. After that, it wasn't very much. Um, but yeah, New York session the day before, really good fun. We caught the high and were able to take that all the way down, basically. Yeah. And then it was London session the day before that, which was a long position into the 4 hour OB. He is saying last few hours of the discount coupons. So if anyone did, yeah, we did do the spin the wheel for Easter last week. So if anyone does have those discount coupons, if you have been messaged about those, then it's the last few hours to claim those now. Which is yeah, I think there's like 30% or 15% ones off of crew membership now with crypto payments. So if anyone would like to sign up to the crew, there are a few more of those coupons available. I think a couple of people are giving them out to the community as well. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, 100x short is still going well. Uh, what do you think of 37k area in terms of reaction possible long? So I did just cover this. I covered this about 10 minutes ago. Um, it would be the range low, uh, the larger range low, and I think at that point my bias would be that we would continue lower. I think the fact that we're at a point of control at the moment, this is what you would look to hold as a higher low. I do think if we're to come down to 37, for me it does just increase the probabilities that this would then start to break down. It doesn't mean that it has to, it's just the region we're at, for myself, slightly higher probability that this is what got the bounce. I mean, it did get a bounce. It got a 10% bounce. So fine. But I think this is a stronger region than 37k. Crypto Joe, when's the next Casper collaboration? J Casper. We haven't set up a date yet. Yeah, we're gonna do another one soon, but we've not set up a day or a time yet for that. This chart looks horrible. Is there anything cleaner I can just put on this chart? Like things don't even look nice at the moment. It's just scrappy, scrappy price action. Luna short at $95 was the 618 and range point of control rejection, a nice one. So no, I didn't. I am holding a Luna short already, and generally speaking with the altcoins, I don't go too many positions and I don't compound. But yeah, we do have the 618. That does not look like a 618 to me. Locally. Okay, locally. We're going local. Even then, that's not a 618, is it? I'm not quite sure. 95 here. Okay, you have gone you have gone locally. Cool. I've just been swing trading the altcoins because Bitcoin's just not been, if Bitcoin's reliable, I can start to scalp trade these, but Bitcoin's been fairly erratic recently. Nice to trade, but pretty like big moves for the last couple of days. So I haven't been doing any short term trades on the altcoins. Um, yeah, fair enough. Got a short from there. That looks pretty good. So I'm assuming you're just talking about this, like the last couple of minutes or the last couple of hours. Yeah, the last couple of hours. And would that be the range POC? No, that's coming in at the same point as the global point of control. So we do have the range POC, the global point of control here at 30, 93.86. So however you draw that, that point of control is the same. So that is a very important level right now. But yeah, I'm short from 119.5, so I'm kind of chilling in that right now. I'm happy with that one. Did I look at eight? Bruce Wayne. The that collaboration will come when they accept the invite to a trading competition, which I have been asking them for. I've asked them for that previously. So if they do accept the invite to a trading competition and they want to do some, they want to actually test, we can kind of see who's better. Then that's when the collaboration would be. Um, they'll never accept it because they're not very good. But yeah, uh, let's move on. Let's. Did you look at Ape? Let's have a look at Ape. And I did comment on the altcoin dominance. So uh, BTCD is back at support. Actually, Ape's been kind of nice, right? Ape's been fairly similar to. I mean, everything's been fairly similar. The weekly level was a region of interest for Ape. Here again, we were looking at, we did have that like three little spikes up into the highs here, into resistance. Yeah, we were long from Ape from down here. It well exceeded targets, and this basically, so the initial target I had for that was $14. So I was long from $10.50 kind of region up into $14. It came through that, and I hadn't taken profit, so I was able to take profit when it was a little bit higher. And it's just kind of interesting that it is back at that region that we were originally looking for as resistance, um, but now is potentially acting as support. So yeah, kind of nice. There is an ultimate target for this. I would like to see price come up towards about 1850, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, have I just been stopped out of the 100x short? Jay, I've just lost all your money, man. I don't think that was. I don't think we got a good enough take profit out of that. I think I've just. Oh no, we're just. No, we're not. We're literally back at entry. We're back at entry here, so we've maybe been stopped off, stopped out, stopped off, stopped out. I'm so tired. I can't even think straight. He says send the invite via Royal Mail. They're used to that. I'll send it over. I'll send the invite over in a shipping container. It might get there in about 6 months. I assume you read on ETH is about the same as BTC. Seems that way from my point of view. Yeah, like there's not a lot of volume right now. It's trades have been um yeah, there's not a lot of volume right now. So trades haven't been that reliable on a lot of things for quite a while. Bruce, we're only messing about. Daniel's levels. I mean, if you can call it like, it's so silly. A cult. I need something to talk about. I'm going to give this another 5 or 10 minutes to see if I can talk about something interesting. um, and then we'll just go on to the Twitter Spaces. I'm not on form. I'm too tired. Greg, how important are yearly point of controls? Bitcoin has yet to test its 2020 POC. That could be interesting. Should we have a look at that? I mean, it's not anything that's going to be helpful for a trade, but let's just get a clean chart on here, and we will look at the 2020 point of control. No, we'll think about that when it comes there. Where is the 2020 point of control? Just out of interest. Why am I looking at this? There's such a lack of things to talk about right now in the market. 9K. That would be good fun. FTX. What is going on with FTX? Should we have a look? Nothing much going on here. I mean, this is just the thing you'd kind of expect to see in normal conditions, but recently we've just had none of it going on. So yeah, you see some offers in the books, and yeah, it's kind of normal. Do you use the 200 weekly MA in any of your analysis, specifically as a bottom, possibly when looking at the monthly time frame? Um, the 200 weekly EMA when looking at the monthly time frame. I'll load. I've got an EMA on my charts, and I do throw it on sometimes. So this one I think is just the 50, 200. The thing is, this, like, I say this all the time, right? Why would you look at high time frame levels like this? Yeah, it's good to be aware of them. It's good to be aware of where they are. Maybe mark them on your chart. Okay, so the 200 week EMA is at $27,000, basically there or thereabouts. So if we're going to go into next week, that's going to be at 27,000, and that is a target for if we are looking at short positions. That is a very that is a very clear target for looking at some kind of reaccumulation on there. So it's there. It does add confluence to that region. 27K has been around for a long time, so you don't need the 200 EMA to tell you that 27K is a good target. 27K was a good target during the summer back here. 27K was a good target back here. 27K has been a good target when you're here, when you're here, when you're here, when you're here. It's just a level that has a high probability, if we are going to go to a downtrend, of being hit. The fact that the 200 moving average is coming in at the same time, I guess, gives a little bit more confluence to that. Um, However, yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, you've gone how long since hitting the 200 moving average? Last time was in the COVID crash. So, as a trader, not important. Not important at all. So, if we come down into it, it might be something like you go, oh, let's have a look. You'll know where it is. It's just something you have to look at every few weeks, or be aware of roughly where it is. So I'm coming from this as a trading perspective. I'm a price action trader. I trade level to level. So macro stuff, more often than not, I'm just like, it's not the kind of thing that I would tend to be looking for. If we get to that level, then obviously you can look at that as something important. What are your thoughts on the big buying tail? Could this be a sign of a good low? I'm pretty sure we've got a poor low for today. Last time we checked. So, I mean, we had a good buying tail yesterday, but we don't anymore. So I don't think we yeah, I don't think we're looking at a good low yet. We do have a poor low on the day. Again, it depends what tick size you're using, but you really don't want to be going anything under 50. Not for myself. I mean, you go down to 20 tick and you got nothing there either. It's a tiny little bit. Yeah, yesterday was when you would have expected to see the reaction and that continuation. For today, is you got poor lows, poor highs. Um, Very much a controlled move. I need to sneeze. Not only am I tired, but I've got hay fever. So I'm turning my mic and my camera off, and I'm gonna. Ugh, pollen. I'm back. If we touch the monthly again, oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. COVID CME gap for when? Oh man, where is that one? That must be yeah. That's down at like 9K or something, isn't it? I think. I bet he farted. Me blowing my nose sounds that way. I cannot. It's awful. I sound like a foghorn. Yeah, I think we've just got stopped out of your 100x short here. Shame. Should we go Twitter Spaces? I think we should. Everyone hit up the likes. So we'll do that, and continue just to look at the chat and do this as just a general whatever. Not only do I, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. My brain is just gone. Oh, this is horrible. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night there. We will go and do Twitter Spaces in a minute. It's a bit more just general conversation. I think that's what I need tonight. So thank you everyone for watching. I will try and wake myself up. Share some order book alpha. I can't share any alpha. I am rep.